I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
The cost for all of my handbags, shoes, and jewelry, it would be $15,000.
I'm here to help this princess take control of her money and her life. Over the next 4 weeks, she'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges.
She's a spoiled little brat.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver, and I'll give her up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt. You just suck the financial energy out of everybody. No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. She's a princess.
Meet Princess Treva.
My name's Treva. I'm 30 years old. I am a department manager at a housewares and furnishings store.
She's an impulse buyer.
My guilty pleasures are shoes, handbags, and jewelry. Those things always look good.
So your grand total for today is $169.50.
In our hall closet, it's all of her shoes.
I could wear one a day without repeating for about 3 or 4 months. Oh my God, I love these shoes. I need to have them.
You need to pay rent.
She doesn't want to hear how much bills are. That's not important. As long as she's in the latest fashion, she's fine.
And while Treva spends what little money she has on herself, it's never enough. So she expects her friends and family to pony up.
She will not foot the bill for anything.
So if you guys are ordering pizza, can you get me a pepperoni one?
Oh my goodness.
My sister is older than me. She has a responsibility to sort of look after me.
In the past, Treva relied on her student loans to pay for her wants.
I went on more vacations when I was in school than I did when I worked full-time. I went to Jamaica, Chicago, Cuba. I want to enjoy my life and not have to worry about how I'm gonna pay for those things.
Now that she's graduated, Treva's had to find a new way to pay for her needs.
I don't understand, honestly, how she's buying the things that she buys and can still afford to pay rent.
I've sort of struggled every month to pay my rent. I've had to go to a few payday loan companies. It's embarrassing. Nobody knows that I take these loans out.
Her family and friends are at their wits' end.
I want her to be able to figure it out and fix it, because if it goes any further, we could both be homeless.
You're 30. When are you gonna grow up?
She needs help. She needs some serious help.
That's why they've called me in. I've brought Treva here to show her that she's not the only one paying for her financial mistakes. Hey, Treva.
Hi.
Gail Vaz Ashley, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you think you've grown up?
Right.
I still think you have a long way to go. Come with me. What do you imagine I'm going to say to you, Treva?
That I'm an idiot.
So if you know what you're doing wrong, why do you continue to do it?
It's just easier that way.
We're going to listen to your roommate.
I'm always wondering and worrying about whether or not the rent will be paid or bills will be paid on time. The lease is in my name, so if she can't pay it, I'm stuck and I'm in trouble too. I get the sweaty palms and I do lose sleep over it. If I knew before what I know now, we probably wouldn't have signed a lease together.
We're going to listen to your family now. Let's see what your mom says.
I'm at an age where I don't have to be worrying about a 30-year-old child.
If Treva continues to be living the way that she's living now with her finances, her spending,
I fear that she'll end up in somebody's basement.
we keep telling her, this is not where you want to end up in your life.
You actually said, I expect my family to help me. That's why they're there.
I just think if my parents have the means to help me, then they should.
So why do you think your mother lets you get away with it?
Because I'm her baby.
Oh, you're playing the baby card. Let's see what your sister has to say.
My mom's very hurt because Treva expects to get every single thing from her. And it stresses my mother out, and it's hurting her. Treva needs to stop being a spoiled little brat. This is not the way she was raised to live.
So you have a full-time job, and when you go to your sister's house or you go out with your sister and your brother-in-law, you expect them to pay for you.
They're better off than I am.
They have 5 mouths to feed on their income. You make a 6th. How is that right?
I guess it's not.
What are you prepared to do to fix the situation?
I have to do whatever it takes. I can't keep going like this.
The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you your numbers, because the numbers don't lie, and I'm going to show your sister and your mom. So there's no doubt in their mind that they need to cut you off.
Okay.
Okay? So I've invited you both here to see this, because I think one of the things that Treva's been really good at is hiding what she's spending. You have no idea.
Okay.
You want to see how bad it is?
Yeah, I would love to see how bad.
You're saving nothing. Ooh. And you know all that debt you have? You're not doing sweet diddly squat with it. You're only spending $148 a month on your needs, while you spend $13.75 on your pleasures.
I don't think all the wants are wants. I think some of them are probably needs.
No, I don't think so.
Why don't we look at 1 month's worth of spending?
Okay.
On average, you earn just over $1,200 a month, but this month you managed to spend almost $2,000. That's a neat trick. You found $300 to spend in a home decor store. Would you have died if you hadn't bought the stuff in the home decor store?
No.
Then it wasn't a need. $1,346 went out in cash. I'll bet you can't tell me where that money went.
No idea.
Let's see where all this borrowing has gotten you, okay? You are over $22,000 in debt. You have almost $15,000 in student loans, which you have done nothing to repay.
No.
You have another $5,000 in a student line of credit, and you're not paying that back either.
I pay the minimums on it.
That's just the interest. Okay. You know she's going to pay advanced stores?
No, I don't.
Up until today, nobody knew that I was taking out payday loans.
Do you know what interest rate you're paying on that loan? You're paying 506% interest on that loan.
It's sad because she doesn't have a dime to her name. Every single paycheck that she gets, it all goes back to the Pay Advance store.
This is the most stupid kind of borrowing. How are you ever going to change the path of your life?
I don't know.
One of the things I found so interesting is you think you're making $30,000 a year.
Yeah.
You've actually been earning $15,000 a year gross.
I was shocked. I had no idea I wasn't really making the amount of money that I thought I was.
You would have to earn $35,000 a year to spend what you're spending. And to get your debt paid off, you'd have to make $49,000 a year. If you were paying your own way using credit to fill the gap, you'd be going into debt another $14,400 a year. So this is the point at which you tell me if you're prepared to now take control of your money and your life.
I have to. I don't have any other alternative.
It's important that you guys keep your hands out of your pockets.
She's all yours.
She's okay.
Excellent. Okay, so over the next few weeks, I'm going to give you a series of challenges to do. You do the challenges to my satisfaction, and you have the right attitude, and I'll give you up to $5,000 to help you play down this debt.
Okay.
Okay, you don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to help you get real about what you earn and what you spend. We're going to look at your goals and make sure your goals are in fact attainable. And we're going to make sure that you stop taking advantage of your long-suffering sister who never signed up to be your second mother. Coming up, will Treva fess up or flunk out?
So stupid.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
30-year-old Princess Treva's impulsive spending habits have put her deep into debt.
$295.
They're so beautiful.
That's half a month's rent.
To come up with that rent money, Treva's found herself caught on the slippery slope of Pay Advance stores.
In order to pay back the first loan, I had to take out a second loan. And then in order to pay the second loan and the first loan, I had to take out a third loan.
Her friends and family are fed up, so they've called me in to help.
I'm very close to cutting her off.
I'm done.
I am cutting her off completely.
But with only 4 weeks to turn around a lifetime of bad habits, Princess Treva has her work cut out for her. Did you bring me your plastic? Because you're done, you're going on a cash diet. How much would you normally spend in a week?
$500.
So you'll have 100.
Okay.
I have no faith in her. I see her with her $100 and I see it gone in a day.
This is your Get Real challenge.
Okay.
Because you have gone to a Pay Advance store, I have a check for you for $1,400. You're gonna go and pay off the Pay Advance stores, and it is payable back to me on our last day together. And I want you to use your experience to educate others on why Pay Advance stores are such a bad idea.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
The Get Real Challenge is designed to help my princess focus on the serious realities of their situation. By sending Treva to educate others on the consequences of using Pay Advance loans, I'm hoping she'll learn the lesson herself, once and for all.
I feel sick. I feel nauseous. Just the embarrassment of being in the middle of Toronto with a sandwich board on, admitting that I'm an idiot. Can I tell you some truths about payday loans? No, nothing? Thanks. Can I just ask you guys a few questions? It'll take 2 minutes. Sir, do you have just 2 seconds to talk to me? So stupid. I think the hardest part about this challenge is actually getting people to talk to me. I wish I was in the mall right now, shopping.
When Treva looked into it, she discovered how predatory Pay Advance stores can be. Let's say you borrow $500. Your total cost of borrowing over 2 weeks would be $105, which is the equivalent of 547%. Since paying back the loan means you'll come up short again, you borrow again, and you keep borrowing. In 6 months, you'll have paid $1,365 in interest and fees on a $500 loan that you still haven't paid back.
So I'm just out here trying to educate people on payday loans. They only say they charge like $20 on every 100, but really you're like a slave to them until you can get out. It's against the law to charge more than 60% interest on any loan. So it's like way higher. They're like breaking the law. In the United States, 11 states have actually banned payday loans because they feel like it's criminal behavior. Thank you. I'm educating the people about the things that I never bothered to educate myself on.
I hope you get yourself straightened out.
Thank you very much.
I hope the law cracks down on it.
Thank you.
You did a great job on this.
Thank you.
You were mortified handing these out, though, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got involved with people and you realized there are a lot of people out there that don't understand the implications of going to a Pay Advance store.
Yeah. A lot of people that came up to me, they didn't know the sort of the nitty-gritty of how it works. They've heard about them, but they didn't have any idea of how much it was going to cost.
What'd you learn?
I learned that when you go into something, you really need to educate yourself.
And did you feel good paying it off?
I was relieved to pay it off, but I still felt like
it's not your money yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that sense of satisfaction until I pay my debt.
So this is your goal-setting challenge. And one of the goals you have is to become a property mogul.
Yes.
You would like to buy, renovate, and flip houses, but you have absolutely no idea what's involved in all of that. And so I'm going to send you to someone to help guide you through the process.
Thanks.
Okay. Coming up, will Treva find what she's looking for?
Keep an eye out from rat poop, because that's going to tell you if there's an infestation in the house.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
Princess Treva was living the high life on a low income.
How nice they are.
And racking up a mountain of debt.
Not being able to pay my rent on time sort of strains my relationship with my roommate.
She made her needs everybody else's problem.
It gets very expensive being around her. She doesn't pay her way when she's around me.
But was she grateful for their help? No.
Treva, it's my anniversary on Friday. Can you watch the kids for me, please?
Like, can you ask Mom or something?
I guess.
So I stopped the handouts. Now she only has $100 a week.
The hardest part about living on cash is tracking my money. I'm just sort of used to spending my money when I feel like it.
Treva found some creative ways to quench her passion for footwear without the hefty price tag.
God, look at all of these shoes.
I love it here.
I wish this was my closet.
This is your closet.
They have Gucci's over there. And look at that little glass slipper at the end. It looks like Cinderella's shoe.
It's cool.
I know, I can't believe we've never been here before. Now that I've done it for a couple weeks, it's a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Now that Treva's learning to live within her means, it's time to plan for the future.
My dream job is to be a real estate investor, so I'd like to purchase homes, renovate them, and then sell them.
When setting out to achieve a goal, having a little guidance can go a long way. For this challenge, I wanted Treva to understand the realities of flipping homes. So I put her to work with someone who has first-hand experience.
This is not so glamorous right now.
It's not.
This is how you make money, by flipping houses. You get dirty and you get in there right at the ground level.
I always thought I'd have a hands-off approach.
So you're gonna pay me to do it. I'm not cheap. The more work you can do without hiring somebody else, the more money you save. How much have you actually ever done before?
I haven't done anything before.
She's gonna see that these are not pretty houses. Nobody wants them for a reason. So we need to take all this crud out. Keep an eye out for mouse droppings and rat poop, because that's gonna tell you if there's an infestation in the house.
Fishing around for mouse poo is not top on my list of things to do, but if it's gonna save me money in the long run, then it's something I have to start getting used to. Oh God. In the beginning, I was budgeting for like $30,000 and it's gonna be closer to $200,000. So it was a reality check in terms of how much money and how much time I would need to invest to get it done.
Not as easy living on a limited income as you thought.
No, it's very difficult.
So I went through your goal setting, and man, you've got it nailed 7 ways from sideways.
Doing the goal challenge, I really realized that I wasted a lot of time.
Okay.
And that was a real eye-opener for me.
Okay.
Why are you crying? I just wasted a lot of time.
If you kept doing the wrong thing over and over again, that would be a waste of time. If you got the point, no waste involved.
I still have a long way to go. I think it's gonna take some hard work on my part. I don't think it ends here.
So now we come to your challenge. Your next challenge is an attitude adjustment challenge. You have been taking advantage of your sister's goodwill for a really long time. She loves you to bits. I know you love her back. Now it's time to show her.
Okay.
You're going to use a little money and get her a big result. You have to redo a room in her house. Okay?
Okay.
You will have only $200 to make it happen.
Okay.
I really think she can do it. The question is, can she do it within the budget?
I went shopping for some accessories and stuff, and I realized that I couldn't really get that much for my money, so I had to be really creative in terms of what I picked out.
Don't mess it up.
I'm not gonna mess it up. Thanks for the confidence. The challenge is turning out to be more difficult than I thought it was because it's my sister and she's judging me, and I'm just trying to do the best job that I can under the circumstances.
The house is a disaster, so I really don't know what's gonna look like.
I'm just stressed trying to get things done. I just want it to be perfect. Okay, are you ready? You can open your eyes.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it. You did good. It's us. It's family. It's nice. She totally transformed the room. I think the room looks great.
It was nice to finally do something for her without getting anything in return. Just showing her that I care and showing her that I appreciate her.
Coming up. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you think you did?
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
4 weeks ago, Princess Treva was blowing her paychecks on stuff, then using pay advance stores to cover her rent. Her debt was limiting her options for the future, and her selfish attitude was eroding relationships with friends and family. Since then, I loaned Princess Treva $1,400 to pay off her high-interest loans. You have to do everything I say. You owe me now. And made her hit the streets to help others learn from her mistakes.
That grounded her a bit because she was humiliated.
I challenged her to research one of her life goals.
She had a real-life experience there.
And she used her design skills to give back to her family.
When she puts her mind to something, she can really achieve a lot.
But has she done enough to earn the full $5,000?
Going through this process, I really learned to think about everyone around me. That was the biggest lesson that I've learned so far.
Time to check in. Have you told your mother how fabulous your place looks?
Oh, I've seen it. It's beautiful. Big
so
difference.
She's actually very talented.
But I've always known that, though.
Well, what's so interesting is that she was a bit of a control freak. I hope you're paying the same kind of attention to your money now.
I am, definitely.
Okay. You have a check for me.
I do.
This is the money I gave you to pay off the Pay Advance stores.
It is.
So if I try to deposit this to my account, is it going to bounce all the way to Mars?
Never. I was feeling a sense of happiness because that's never really happened to me before, where I've had that much amount of money in the bank, or I've been able to pay someone back.
Are you feeling better about having paid off the Pay Advance stores?
Yeah, I feel a lot better about it. And I find now that every time I pass one, it sort of jumps out at me and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Nothing like public humiliation.
Yeah.
To really curb you of a bad habit.
Absolutely.
Yes. How are you and your roommate doing?
We're doing really well. I feel like our friendship has solidified itself.
So what would you say is the biggest lesson you learned this month?
The biggest lesson that I learned was that I need to really slow down, not be so impulsive, and I need to think about others more than myself.
I am very pleased with your progress. And I think that you are the kind of woman that can make anything happen in your life with the right kind of focus and the right kind of motivation. You're unstoppable.
Thank you.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how do you think you did?
I'm hoping it was a 5.
You're right.
Oh, wow. I felt really relieved and super excited.
I was just full of pride. She's giving more of herself now as opposed to in the past.
You're all about design. So I have for you some annual subscriptions along with a 1-year membership to the Design Exchange.
Thank you so
You deserve
much.
it.
Maybe now I'm more of a nice princess, more gracious towards others, and really in tune with what my friends and family are feeling instead of focusing just on myself.
I can tell she loves to go shop. She's all out of control. She can't stop. Designer clothes, jewels, hair. She's throwing money everywhere. My head is spinning. Oh, 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 oh. She's a princess. She's a princess. Modern day princess.